and gentlemen, report has it that Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson did 1.2 million pay-per-view buys. What a success. Congratulations to both men, especially Shakur Stevenson for being victorious versus Teofimo Lopez and becoming a 4-division world champion, 2-division lineal champion, right? This what tells you that when boxing gives a great matchup, the fans will buy into it. Of course, a lot of people have been saying that, pay-per-view has been down. Boxing has become so much of a niche sport. But if you give the boxing fan, especially sports fans, you know what I'm saying, something to look forward to, a great matchup, two guys in their prime with great momentum, you know what I'm saying, got their own little niche fan base, not overwhelming fan base, right? Each, right? But together, you can sell a great event. You could sell very, very good. They only did what, 100,000 less than Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia. I think that they did 1.3 million. That's good. You know what I'm saying? Because at least, Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson are strictly known for boxing. You know what I'm saying? They're not social media superstars in terms of they build themselves as a social media personnel or influencer. So those numbers are very, very good. You know what I'm saying? Based off their accomplishments, it's just very, very good. And I think that they need to keep that momentum. Of course, Teofimo Lopez did lose, but if you match Teofimo Lopez in his next fight, for example, let's say if he fights Ryan Garcia, moves up to the 147-pound division, and he fights Ryan Garcia, it's going to do some good numbers. And hopefully Ryan Garcia does beat Mario Barrios in a couple of weeks, because I think that Ryan Garcia, he brings a lot to the table. He is a household name. He is one of the cash cows of the sport of boxing. But if you match him up, they will all succeed. All these guys could be making tons of money just fighting each other. Shakur Stevenson, I think the biggest fight in America right now, before the Ryan Garcia, before the Ryan Garcia Mario Barrios fight, right? Because I think that if Ryan Garcia does win, then he's gonna be in the top of in the sport of boxing, because of what he brings to the table in terms of eyeballs and notoriety and social media presence as well, in which he got over the rest of the guys, right? But Shakur Stevenson versus Devin Haney, I believe right now is the biggest fight in America. You know what I'm saying? Devin Haney beat Brian Norman Jr., but he beat him out there in Saudi Arabia. Devin Haney has a household name as well. Everybody knows Devin Haney. Everybody knows Bill Haney. These are what we're talking about, the 4 kings, right? The 4 kings, Fab Five. Ryan, Shakur, Haney, Teo, and Tank. I want to see all these guys fight each other. Of course, there's the emerge of Keyshawn Davis, and which Shakur Stevenson just tweeted yesterday that he doesn't want to fight Devin Haney because he wants Keyshawn Davis to step up to fight Devin Haney for him to be great. I mean, that's a little bit, I understand the friendship and the brotherhood of Shakur Stevenson and Keyshawn Davis, but I mean, if I was Shakur Stevenson, you're really sacrificing an opportunity for you to tie Floyd Mayweather in becoming a 5-division world champion. You could become a 3-division lineal champion at the age of 29 if you just go fight Devin Haney right now, move up. I think that's a magical, historical type of accomplishment. But he's friends with Keyshawn Davis, and Keyshawn Davis, he wants Keyshawn to fight Devin Haney, which that's a great fight in the sport of boxing. Keyshawn Davis, an Olympian. Keyshawn Davis, a spectacular performance versus Jermaine Ortiz. Send a statement. But all these guys can make money together. We see Keyshawn Davis and Richardson Hitchens going at it in the kickoff press conference with Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson, in which they actually stole the show. So Richardson Hitchens is going to be performing as well versus Oscar Duarte in the co-main event to the Mario Barrios versus Ryan Garcia. That's another fight. So there's a lot of fights to be made. Gervonta Davis, hopefully he gets a grip of his legal issues and comes back strong, because look, Gervonta Davis in the mix is just a plus for the sport of boxing, plus for this generation. They all just fight each other and everybody will watch. You're gonna see a lot of sellout crowds. You're gonna see good pay-per-view events, and I think that that's a very successful event. They did sell out Madison Square Garden. The tickets were selling very, very good straight off the bat. And hopefully, you know, we see Teofimo Lopez getting back in the rhythm of things, because look, we always want to shame this generation to the four kings with the Duran and Leonard and Hagler, Hearns, Benitez, the Fab Five, right? But they all fought each other. They all lost as well. They won, they lost. Nobody ended their career undefeated. So we don't have to be like on some, no, Teo lost and that's it, he needs to go back in the line. No, they all in precision. They're highly accomplished. You know what I'm saying? So I would like to see Shakur versus Devin. If we can't get that, Shakur versus Ryan Garcia as well will be a good fight. Or, you know what I'm saying, Shakur versus Gervonta Tank Davis. Or then we get Ryan Garcia versus Teofimo. And we get Keyshawn Davis versus Devin Haney, or Teo versus Devin Haney, or Keyshawn Davis versus Richardson Hitchens. Hopefully that he does beat Oscar Duarte. We saw that he did have troubles with Lemos, you know, an aggressive fighter, that very rugged and stuff like that. Hopefully he overcomes that. Because I do like the dynamic of all these matchups, and they all fight each other 2026. I'm gonna tell you like this: 2026 can outdo 2023. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what y'all think. Great numbers. I know there's gonna be people out there that's gonna try to downplay for whatever reason. I take that number. I believe that number, 1.2 million. I believe that's the real number, because that Madison Square Garden, everybody been talking about it all around the world. All the combat fight fans been talking about this fight. Celebrities been talking about this fight. This was a huge event in Madison Square Garden. Everybody was there. Everybody took notice. Everybody saw what happened. Let me know what y'all think, man. And you know, I think it's great. You know, did very, very well in America and domestically and overseas. You know, and that's sometimes people don't want to count those numbers out of state, but 1.2 million, it sounds very, very, very accurate in my opinion. And shout out to Teofimo Lopez, who was the, you know, I'm not gonna say that he was the A side on that one, you know, but both of these guys was A side going into that fight. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what y'all think. Subscribe to the channel, smash the like button. You're not tuning in to Punch Wrong Boxing, aka Mr. Moo Shine himself. Love you, God bless, and on to the next.